Hello Goblins, it's Chris, Eldritch Pipes. It's an episode of this week's Pipes. I've got 3 to show you today. None are available. I'll tell you actually where a couple of them are going when we get to them. But before we get there, I just wanted to respond to a comment. It was left on my video of top 10 tobaccos of 2021, and whoever came across it must have just found the video now. Oh, it was Joey Caruso, and he asked a question. He said, could I recommend any reputable brands for blending tobacco? I'm going to assume, Joey, that you're in the US. In the UK, I think the situation is going to be slightly different. Maybe. In the UK, the only blender, the only house that I know that produces tobacco for blending, so single tobaccos for use in a blend, is Gareth Hogarth. And we can get various things here. We can get just like Black Cavendish, Cyprian Latakia, some Turkish blends. I say Turkish blend because I don't think there's they actually do a single Turkish tobacco like Izmir or something like that. I think it might be a blend of at least 2. But that's in the UK. I know that we can get a hold of Pure Perique. I don't know if it's St. Oh my god. I can't remember now the little area that produces it. But it might be the Acadian Perique. So not the expensive stuff. But in the US, it might be a different affair. It might be Cornell and Deal that produce tobaccos for blending. I have to say, I'm not an expert on this kind of thing. So if anyone else is an expert, put your recommendations for a brand that produces blending tobaccos down in the comments and give Joey Caruso a nudge in the right direction. Okay. So, to this week's pipes. No crazy ones this week. More of my popular shapes. Although, the first one I'm going to show you is not one that I make very often. Saying it's a popular shape. It's popular because every time people see me smoke this, I don't know why, but you guys seem to like it. I think of it as my workhorse pipe. It's just like really light, and that's about it. But it's strangely proved popular, at least in comments. It's the strawberry that I more commonly produce as a pipe for commissions and whatnot. And I know if I want to make a pipe that I'm sure is going to sell, I make a strawberry. But this Acorn has a few unique things about it. Okay, let's have a look at him. So, as you can see, he's a chocolate sandblast. Actually, really nice little chocolate sandblast as well. I was trying to explain to somebody the other day. It's very difficult. The wood really dictates how a piece sandblasts. In other words, I will use the same media at the same pressure and it'll get you a different result on different blocks. It's just one of the fun elements of working with Briar. Sometimes it sort of seems like the block is resistant to sandblasting and you just get a more textural look, and sometimes you get something a bit deeper, and occasionally you edge into craggy sort of look. But you can only control it so much. After a while what happens is, if you just keep sandblasting, you're just sandblasting everything back. And so you're not getting any deeper, you're just eroding the shape. You see what I mean? As you can see, this guy, the ring grain was revealed really nicely. But you can see some straight grain going across as well. And the shank just worked out really nicely as well. This guy is drilled for 6mm, which is unusual for me. I had to rework the shape to fit 6mm. You wouldn't think 6mm would make that much difference. It's not so much the diameter, because that more or less 6mm fits within the 8mm tenon, but it's the length that the filter goes to, and so I just have to rejig a few lines to make this a viable affair. And if you've been watching the last few videos, you'll recognise this stem material. It's the Arcturian Flame, which is the new one. I'm still working on it, but I have pulled out some really nice pieces so far. Look at that fellow. It really is as vibrant as it looks. It's just a cracking blend. So there you go. The Acorn. The next two I'm going to show you after I've had a sip. This is exciting to me. They're going, along with the opium that I showed you last week, they're going to Japan. They're going to Tobacco Pipes Japan, so a retail outlet. So kind of two unique elements in one. It's been many years since I sold to a retail outlet, but the fact that it was in Japan, I kind of couldn't turn it down. I think I've sold, as one guy noted, I've sold one pipe, I think, to a Japanese customer in all of my time. Plenty all over the world, but that side of the world, I mean, there's a Singapore pipe group that there are members of that I've sold to. So they're inactive, and but Japan, not knowingly, except for on one occasion. So that's just really exciting. So along with the opium, these two are going. So these are kind of, again, you would imagine they're getting a taste. Apart from the opium, which is a less usual shape, these two, you'll see. It's a Slenderman in a black blast, a black sand blast. I love this guy. I'm going to show you. The plateau is crazy on this guy. A sort of, it's this blast strikes somewhere between light and medium. It's not exactly medium. It's a little bit lighter than medium, but it's a little bit heavier than light. So there you go. It's a medium light. But look at the plateau on this one. I was just chuckling to myself when making this one. This is the kind of plateau that I like, where it is just crazy. I know that some people like the plateau to be even, and I can understand why. There's a beauty in that as well. But I like this kind of like really rugged plateau. Okay, let's fall down to the block. A cobalt blue stem. I actually did this on request. It's not a resin that I make very often. It's meant to be part of the metallics range, but the metallics range hasn't really taken off just yet. It's still sort of, well, I've finished sort of the creation end, but now I'm just waiting for Rawcrafted to put in the order, and then the metallics will be available. But until then, so this was meant to be an extension of the metallics range. As you can see, it's kind of got that kind of pearlescent effect. But we'll get there. We'll get there at some point. So, Slenderman. Off to Japan. Put him down now. So, last one. If you're thinking popular shapes, you're thinking I can probably guess what it is. You should be able to. It's a strawberry. So this strawberry is existing kind of like, I made it in tandem with the Acorn, you can probably tell. Did it in the chocolate sandblast. Really lovely little blast. You can see all the lovely detail coming out on the shank. Probably evenly weighted here between the ring grain and the straight grain. And Arcturian flame stem. I have said this is rapidly becoming my favourite material to use. It just sings. There you go. All right. Those are this week's pipes. Next week it's a bit of a go slow because we're on half term again. Can you believe it? The boys barely back at school and it's time for a holiday again. In fact, we've got a bank holiday at the end of this next week. It's like Queen's Jubilee and stuff, and yeah, it's a day, a few days off, I think 2 days. So we'll take advantage of that. All right. That's it from me. Yes, for a moment I thought I might have something else to say, but no, I'm done. All right, I will be back, I think, next week for some more pipes. But then it's the week after when I may have some pipes available for the first time in a little while. Yes, there's wildlife buzzing around in here. All right, until next week, take it very easy. Your loyal pipe maker.